Hello there. Welcome to the Ambassador Program for Star Wars Unlimited. I'm Jonah, and I'm the Program Director here at Cascade Games. We are working in concert with the designers and developers of Star Wars Unlimited at Fantasy Flight Games to create a certification program that lines up with the needs of the game to help foster community, growth, and learning across the globe. This is the first in a series of lessons to help you earn your certification as an official ambassador for Star Wars Unlimited. These lessons provide key knowledge for understanding the philosophies and best practices of ambassadors. Note that the ambassador program is separate from the judge program with separate goals, separate education, and separate certifications. So, what is an ambassador? Ambassadors are central to their community, wherever they choose to set it up. They encourage new players to join, and for veterans to try something new. They don't have any explicit authority or power, but instead help develop their local play through their knowledge and support. This also means that they're held to a higher standard of behavior than other members of the community. When people look up to you as a source of knowledge or influence, they also follow your lead. An ambassador who acts in non-sporting ways or demonstrates unwelcoming attitudes is exceptionally detrimental to their community and their own growth. But what does an ambassador actually do? Well, it depends on what you want to do. At the fundamental level, we're going to provide education and training on how to develop a community for Star Wars Unlimited. Ambassadors teach the game, run demos, and bring new players into the community. They also help organize events, running clubs or leagues, often outside the structures of the local game store, but sometimes working with an individual store or working between several stores in an area. Beyond that, ambassadors can expand beyond the local community, stepping up to be a content creator or an influencer. They can teach rules, talk about the meta, design formats and ways to play, or just show off gameplay. So what isn't an ambassador? Ambassadors are not necessarily judges. Ambassadors aren't given explicit training in the minutiae of rules or policy, as that's not an expectation of them. While an ambassador may also be a judge, that isn't an expectation or requirement. Ambassadors also aren't necessarily running events, so they won't have as much necessary training on the logistics. But since they're sometimes hosting or organizing, they'll be trained from that perspective, which is somewhat different from the perspective of judges or even tournament organizers. So now that you know the scope of ambassador, how do you become one? We'll be rolling out several more lessons for the first rank of ambassador. They'll cover how to run demos in a way that is very similar to how it's been covered for apprentices, how to create an immersive narrative demo, and then some lessons on creating the atmosphere you want, how to host events, and how to bring people into your community. Those lessons, like all other lessons we offer, won't be required, but they're strongly encouraged. Like with the other certifications we offer, there will be an exam, and the exam won't cover objective rules and policy like they do for other certifications. There will be much more of a focus on philosophy and ideals, which can be, at times, difficult to intuit. Before you can take the exam, there is a two-step checklist you must first complete. These two items can be accomplished in either order. First, you must submit a self-review, briefly discussing what you want to do as an ambassador and how or why you want to grow your community. This is to help you have a battle plan before you get started, so that you have something that can guide you as you move forward. This can be as simple as, I just want to grow the community at my local game store. We're calling these your community ideals. We also are looking for an endorsement. We ask for endorsements frequently, in part to make sure that you're a real person and are a good fit for your community, but also to see if you can convince at least one other person to do something. This endorsement must come from a tournament organizer or a level 1 or higher judge. If you already have an endorsement for level 1, this requirement is waived. Notably, an endorsement for ambassador does not waive the requirement for level 1 endorsements. We're excited to start sharing more opportunities and ideas for you to help grow your community in the coming days and weeks, and even more excited to see the communities that you help grow and develop. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want more lessons in your feed, go ahead and subscribe. Join us after new lessons on twitch.tv/swoo_judges for live broadcasts covering the content of these lessons as they're released, and join the Star Wars Unlimited Judge Program Discord to join the community in discussion of this and much, much more. Until next time, good luck and have fun.